Thanks for joining us in Valley News Live. All right, we do have blizzard warnings for our non-River Valley counties to the west, to the east, winter storm warnings. And the heaviest of the snow band has moved through Fargo. It's moved through parts of western Minnesota, and it's heading up, setting up shop out in North Dakota, and will continue there. The snow is going to continue to fly, create problems all the way through Friday, although it won't be as high on Friday as far as snowfall amounts go after we get through the morning. Then Arctic cold. A few measurements from round 2 that are coming in. We sure appreciate you sharing these with us on Valley News Live. You can go to our website and upload your photos with your measurements. Please be sure to be clear whether this is a measurement of round 2 only, if it's a measurement of both for the duration of the system. But Moorhead 6 inches. Here at the studios, 6.8 inches in South Fargo. Argusville, Wendell, and Grant County both at 8-inch measurements. Hendrum, thanks for all of your reports. Wow, that was a snow shot that came through today. Not quite as heavy and wet and slushy as round 1 was. So this stuff's going to blow around, and let's get right to your hour-by-hour forecast. And this shows clearly here where you see the blue splotchy stuff. That is a future radar showing some patchy snow across Minnesota tonight. Here's the wind arrows where we have gusty winds setting up shop in the much of North Dakota and South Dakota tonight. Temperatures are on their way down. Most areas are below freezing. That's going to create a different kind of snow crystal that's going to blow and drift for a couple of days. So we're going to have some problems there. Now, we do have some of these snow showers in Minnesota that are ramping up, heading uphill, if you will, and creating a bands of snow that start here near the valley and push off to the west. So that's where the heaviest snow is now. And look at the snow machine just keeps on tonight through the evening. Snow showers to the east, development here continuing out to the west. Now, this heavier band setting up between Minot and Devil's Lake and swirling down through the James River Valley looks to be on point with what the radar is showing us right now. Then we have a secondary band setting up shop here in parts of Minnesota and the Southern Valley. The wind will really be gusty as we head to the 10 o'clock hour. So it's going to be very difficult for travel tonight. Now, overnight, the aerial coverage of the snow decreases. However, we're going to have a couple of bands set up. And as I mentioned last night, these bands can set up, say, 30 to 50 miles either side of where you're seeing them here. But wherever they do set up, look at this. They persist right into the morning hours. And these could continue to add accumulations to areas where the rest of us just see periods of snow. So some, on Friday, will pick up significant additional snowfall wherever these bands set up. So just be aware of that and have that Valley News Live weather app handy. Gusty winds all day. Warmest temperatures first thing in the morning when you're stepping out the door. We're going to be below freezing and in the 20s, heading down into the teens. Wind chills will be brutal and below 0. Finally, the snow relents. Late Friday, we'll see a few snow showers into Saturday across Minnesota. How much more, you say? Well, over across western Minnesota, those bands that set up here, 1 to 3 inches, but where those bands set up, we're going to have these little pockets that could see plus. So 1 to 3 plus here. That includes Fargo and Grand Forks, Crookston, and Fergus Falls. Now the dark blue shades, 2 to 7 on top of what we've seen. So Fargo, obviously, with 7 inches on the ground, going to see an additional 1 to 3. 2 to 7 just west of the Red River Valley where the blizzard warning is in effect. And for the Devil's Lake Basin and points west where you see the purple pockets, that's fun to say, 6 to 12 plus inches of snow in those bands. And that will include the Sisseton Hills. Southeast North Dakota, as you saw in Catherine, already having 26 inches of snow. It's going to be ridiculous. Radar shows a heavy band, Grand Forks and northwest portions of Minnesota, swirling down into the Cheyenne River Valley, the Devil's Lake Basin, and the James River Valley, a heavy band heading towards Minot. The heaviest are the dark blues that you see here. These will be big flakes that add up fairly quickly. Cooperstown and down south into northern Barnes County, Jamestown and western Stutsman County, right into Maddox, seeing some snow showers, but they're heavier as you head on towards Deering along Highway 2. Visibility near 0. In open country, it's 0. So travel not advised. Stay home if you can. Teens setting up out to the west. Colder snowflakes here that are showing up on our Jamestown I-94 DOT cameras. Temperatures falling throughout the day tomorrow. Starting out the day in the low 20s, will be in the teens. Gusts of wind will remain 35 to 45 miles per hour with blowing and drifting snow, keeping roads icy. We'll have periods of snow showers on and off, and those snow bands I spoke of earlier setting up shop in a couple locations that could be persistent. After the storm winds down on Friday, as we showed you, cold for the weekend, but brutally cold next week. We drop below 0 Monday, and we do not recover for the work week the way it's looking. And in fact, dangerous cold, so dangerous, we got out our Arctic stickers and 3 more 3 more first alert weather days for next week.
Wow. It is such a busy travel week, too. Everybody has their eyes on that forecast.
It is. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, thanks, Hutch. Well, the White House is warning of a possible winter COVID surge. We'll have more on that next on Valley News Live at 5.